Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I wanted to show y'all a neat, cool little trick. I wanted to show y'all something. I don't want to waste that paper. Before we get started with the rates, I just so happen to think about this. So pretty much I'm pretty cool with math. So you can do it that way. Um, You got 1 + 2 is 3, 3, 6 is 3, 3. So you got threes. And if you were to put that together, it looks just like two pyramids. But if you were to put the 9, you can't really see the clock. But if you were to put the 9 at the 12 at the 3, that is one triangle. If you were to put the 9 with the 6 with the 3, that is another triangle. So it's like, or you can do 12 to 3 to 6. And so either way it go, this, hold on, y'all. Let's see. One. So this is what it looked like. You can basically see, because you can go here, here, you can go across, you can go here. That's weird, right? This is very weird. I just thought of that on time. I was like, what's going on with time? So it's 11:37 right now. So anyway, so anyway, I just wanted to say that we're going to talk about the rates now. And this will be a short clip of what the rates, the going rates of my show will be. That is a brink, a small, tiny brink of the things in my documentary that I do within my show. So when I'm by myself or when I'm like not interviewing people, things, like you get, let's be honest, a lot of people get between 6,000 and 10,000 thoughts a day. Those between that time, the thoughts that we get the major thoughts that rise to the thinking patterns of what we're thinking during our emotional triggers. And what we think, we sit up there and produce. So, yeah, I will be talking about the reels and distribution, and let's get to the beginning product of what I want to do. So these thoughts manifest into something. These thoughts, it can either be good or it could be bad, but they're thoughts. it just triggers on emotion. And, you know, my show is geared towards breaking out the habit um, of the stigma of being around certain people. I want to be able to make people look good. And I have been able to succeed. I've been able to succeed with that. And I feel great about the fact that I've been able to get to know people. It's not about the money. It's about getting to know people on a deeper scale. You know, hey, look, this is you. Okay, fine, fine. You know, I understand certain keywords you may not want me to use in the real, certain keywords you may not want me to use while we're live on set. Everything I'm doing right now, it's coming from the heart. Everything. This is not scripted. I didn't even read. I sat up there. I typed what I wanted to. I had Grok jazzy it up, and that was it. I read it, but I didn't internalize it. This is internalizing it. I want to talk from the heart to you guys. I want to be here for you guys to on my show as a ticket to brighten your future and have something that you can actually put in a time capsule. You can do whatever you want with the footage. If they stay still making VHSs, you can put it on a VHS. You can put it on a thumb drive. You can put it on anything these days. It's yours for life. This footage is more than just you speaking about how you feel. This footage is about you creating a space, a safe haven, a vulnerability to tell your story to the world. Because I was looking at my analytics, and so many over 3,000 Mexicans from Mexico City know who I am, if not more. And then I got like 2 clicks from the United States. I said, what is wrong with that picture? So I changed it. I changed it to United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. But yeah, like I really feel like you guys, I want to make you guys look good. If I can't, I failed at the mission. If I can't make you look good, I failed at the mission. I can only try as much as you want me to try. And I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to people. I enjoy getting out there and being able to discuss dialogues about people's past, present, and future. And it tickles me so much when I say, tell me about your past leading up into your present. And they begin to talk about some subject that has nothing to do with their past, but it's in the past. It definitely in the past, but they talk about like subjects like what they do now. They talk about their present. They don't like to talk about their past. You know, they talk about, hey, this shiny new object right here or this book, you know, is what I want to talk about. And I love it. I love all types of angles, you know. Sometimes it tickles me when I say, can you tell me your name and where you're from? And they be like, oh my God, my name is Kimberly Cloud. I'm from Washington, D.C. And I have the Kimberly Cloud Show. I had Genuinely Michelle Wiggs. I had Blue Cloud Cleaning LLC, and then just go on for 10 minutes talking, and you'll be like, I didn't even ask you about your past leading up into your present yet. So I've had my share of people. And it's an honor. I had a ventriloquist. I had a ventriloquist. I think her name was Amy Pease, and she was a really good ventriloquist, and she's met a lot of good people. And I've met not met personally, but on the B level, virtual, Will Roberts. He gave me a lot of breadcrumbs, and Will Roberts, if you don't know him, he was on the movie. He is a star, Hooch, Turner and Hooch. He was one of the people that played on Turner and Hooch, and I know a lot of y'all know who Turner and Hooch is, Tom Hanks and stuff. And he was also in Oppenheimer. So yeah, it's an honor to interview him. And who else? DC Glenn from Whoop There It Is. He's like, leave me alone. I'm like, no. I love you to the moon and back. And I got to interview him for a whole hour, a whole hour. And same with Will Roberts. I interviewed for him for a whole hour. And then I interviewed this guy that was off a celebrity boot camp. He was one of the fitness coaches in celebrity boot camp. He was a hypnotherapist, and he met Whitney Houston and everything. Great energy, great energy. Um, I've met a lot of people, a lot of people. It's like their names. If I can name one name, it's curiosity and love with everyone combined. Curiosity, love, a little bit of, you know, past, what is your past, your real past? But they contain it. And some people tell it. And that's what I love, either or. However you want to go about your job and making yourself look good, I will coach you and ask you the right questions through it. And that's what I do. You know, they say listening is easy. No, listening is very hard. And I have a difficulty with something that I love, which is listening. And I love to listen, but it's difficult. And so that's why, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to talk about the reels and distribution rates and what they mean to me right now. So the Kimberly Cloud Show LLC service description rates. One reel up to a minute. Now, I have a little wiggle room. If you want two reels from two separate 30-minute, two main 30-minute clip, a main 30-minute clip, I'm okay with two reels. Basic cut and post. So a basic cut, which would be through the StreamYard portal, then a basic download and a basic upload would be $60. Now, it's hard for me to listen. So when I have to listen, those are how I charge, also by how I listen. What am I talking about? Like, what angles am I hitting? Like, what kind of, what personality am I dealing with today? Am I dealing with a resisting personality, or I'm dealing with a personality that want to make themselves look good? It's only been one time I had to shut down my page in mid live session, and I'm glad that YouTube has the vote of those that footage. And I've been doing this for like 5 years. So it's not like I can prove that, it's not like I continuously, get um cannot communicate or anything, because I'm proving that every day that goes by that I communicate and I listen, I get better over time. I try to craft my skills and build it with you guys, through you guys. I want you guys to build your skills too. It's not just about me. That would be like chauvinistic or something, but or narcissistic. It's about you guys, You know, it's about how y'all feel when building, when you see the basic cut in the post. Now, one reel plus full distribution to Apple Podcasts is $90. All right, and I jazzy up a nice little statement about you and recapping exactly what we talked about without having to actually look on StreamYard sometimes because I was listening. And then I have to craft it up. This XYZ person, to recap, was doing XYZ at this exact moment. He or she meant XYZ to me. He or she talked about XYZ. Who, what, when, where, how. And so that's $90. One reel full distribution on Spotify plus Apple Podcasts is $120. So you get one reel, a full distribution, everything that's included in the last two to three is plus a full distribution to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. That's 100, and that is me getting onto Spotify, putting you on a Spotify, and still possibly, if you would like, making a totally, if you request, making a totally different statement other than just the Apple Podcast copy and paste statement that I already made. I can redo the wording just as you like it. One reel full distribution to all platforms: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, DCTV, Amazon Music. I'm not on iHeart yet, and Deezer. Like I said, I skimmed through this. Yet. I never heard of Deezer, but I'm glad that Grok added that in there. So basically, Amazon Music is hard to get into. I tried that already. Anything with Amazon requires a lot of patience and people that know how to go about the motions to do what it is that they do to get onto those platforms. And if they do per lead, per click, you know, or let's say Amazon Music, meaning podcasting, you have to pay for a subscription and you have to go through a whole long list of things to do in order to be connected to Amazon Music. iHeart, I almost got a contract with iHeart, and they sat up there and it just didn't work out. I'm not saying that they did anything wrong, it just didn't work out. Deezer, I never heard of Deezer, but I can get you on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, DCTV, but not Amazon Music, iHeart, or Deezer. I need to write these down. Deezer. So 25-second commercial spot, produce and air across all platforms. I'm about to put in for another commercial spot for $25. You sit up there and you have it costs thousands, $700 for rotation of your 30-second, 5-second. I don't even know if they do 5 seconds, but let's see, 15 seconds to up to 120 seconds. It depends on how much you say and what you say. But if you put all of those factors, you'll be spending thousands of dollars to rotate your commercials on major radio networks. I'm only asking for $25 for life. As long as I have a breath in my body, I'm going to be playing those commercials. All reels include professional editing, captions, hashtags, and scheduling. And I can also, let me finish this. Um, Hold on. I can also, the turnaround time is 48 hours to 72 hours. Rush available. Payment, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or invoice. Ready when you are, just send the footage and we'll handle the rest. I'll send you the raw footage, not the other way around. So, booking is at thekimberlycloudshow@yahoo.com. Phone number is 253-304-6990. Zelle, all I ask is when you book the show that you pay a day in advance, so I know that you're considering showing up. You know, if you feel like you must like not show up, then I can figure out a way to refund you, or we figure out a day to reschedule, however you want to do it. So I just wanted to say thank you so very much, you guys. Like, seriously, I'm about to do a show on putting people on a virtual studio. And like I said, I have something to say to a special an individual. You know, all I ask is that you ask God to give me a chance, or even pray for me that, something will work, because I'm praying for you that you will be able to like help. This is why I use this platform, because I want you to know, like I said on TikTok and like I said on you now, that you personally, I want to get to know all races, but I want I rather, I feel comfortable, right now, being somewhere where I can identify outliers, if that makes any sense. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And I care. I ask you with big capital ME to give me a chance. And I promise you, you will not regret it. And God bless you for the noble words that came out your mouth. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.